Wally, when things stiffen up a little bit, you know, we've got some spinning rods in our hands, so that kind of tells us the fish aren't chasing a whole lot right now, but we're gonna slow it down. I've got a drop shot rig and you got a shaky head on that.
Yep.
Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so like you said, it got tough, and that shaky head to me is just a fish catching machine. And basically I just do the standard shaking it, just a little pop. Sometimes I'll let it just sit, kind of the dead sticking routine. But mainly I'm just pop, oh, there's one now.
Nice, nice. Dude, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. No.
Oh, what pound test you got on
it
there,
is.
Wally?
8-pound test, so we should be good. Uh-oh. You got it?
Don't you break. That is a nice shaky head fish right there. Holy smokes. Golly, did she get that thing. That little bitty, what size sinker is that?
It's 3/16.
3/16, 6-inch worm.
Trick worm, yep.
Right along the bottom.
Shaky head. All shaky head does is find fish and catch them, and that's all it does. Other than that, it's worthless.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Well, should we go hit some docks and shaky head some more?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do that for a little bit, and then we're going to do some other stuff later, right?
Yep.
Hey, this is Bobby Barrack again, back with another monster fishing tackle tip. We're going to talk a little bit about the shaky head. We've all heard shaky head, shaky head, shaky head. Shaky head is one of the greatest ways to catch finicky bass, inactive bass. They don't want to chase. They take their track shoes off. Everybody's pretty much in a very neutral mode. With the shaky head, you got to remember it's very much a finesse tactic. So you're going to be using a lighter line. You're going to be using 4, 6, 8, and 10-pound tests for the most part. Sometimes you're going to be using that shaky head in the 1 to 5 foot zone. So you're going to go with an 1/8 ounce head, a 1/4 ounce head, maybe a 5/32 ounce head, 16th ounce head. There's so many different sizes that you can play with, those lighter sizes in that 1 to 5 foot zone. And then as you get in that 5 to 10 or that 10 to 15, then you're going to upsize. Then you're going to go with your 1/4 ounce, your 3/8 ounce, maybe even a 1/2 ounce shaky head. And there's so many different styles and types. Tinker around with them, play with them a little bit, and until you find out which one it is for you that you like. Your standard shaky head has got more or less a round head on the hook, and it's got a little spring that you're going to attach your plastic of choice to. You've got another one, the push-on style. It's got a flat head, and this one here has a tendency of falling to the bottom and sitting straight up to where your worm is going to be in this direction here. And with the shaky head, as that thing is on the bottom, you're just barely going to quiver the line, and you're going to make that worm just dance. With the whole concept behind the shaky head is you are creating the appearance of a bait fish, a sculpin, a bottom dwelling creature on the bottom of the lake or river that you're fishing. And that guy is in a feeding position. So the tail is going to be straight up. His head is rooting around on the bottom of the lake. And this tail will sit up just like this. And as you are working that, it looks like this guy is feeding on the bottom. And a lot of times that's what will trigger those fish. They will look over there and they can see that sculpin or whatever it may be in a nose down forward position. The tail is up and he is just going along the bottom. And a lot of times that will generate some of the coolest strikes that you'll ever get. Okay, here we are. We're on monsterfishingtackle.com. We're looking at our computer screen. What worms do I want for my shaky head? Well, let's keep it relatively simple in the beginning. We're going to get some 4-inch and we're going to get some 6-inch worms. There's a variety of different styles and types of worms. There's hand pours, there's injected molded worms in the 4 and the 6-inch size. Start with those, okay? You want to go with some purples, you want to go with some watermelon red, and you want to go with some green pumpkin. Start with that. See how those work for you. And then you will find that different lakes have got different water clarities. And there's going to be different depths that you're going to be fishing at. So you're going to want to have some louder colors, unnatural colors in your worm selection. And then you're going to want to go the other way also in the clearer waters that you're fishing with the more natural color schemes. So get a little bit of the 4-inch, get a little bit of the 6-inch, natural colors, maybe some louder colors, and start there. Don't get too crazy with it. Find out what works for you, get some confidence going, and you'll be on your way. We're shaky heading these outside pilings on these docks. We've been bouncing around the lake and we have found that some of the better fish are kind of relating to the deeper pilings on this particular lake, this body of water that we're on. So Wally's throwing to the first set of pilings on the inside, I'm throwing to the outside. And as we bounce around, it's kind of one fish here, one fish there. But when you find one, we can usually get a couple of fish off of each dock. We've fished a lot of docks and we haven't got any bites. But every once in a while we'll hit a dock, and as soon as we get that one fink, he kind of rats out everybody else that's sitting there. So, and the shaky head is how we're getting it done. 8-pound test, and we're just barely shaking that thing. 5/32 head, and a quarter and an 1/8 ounce head, and we're just barely feeling the bottom as we're coming through there. We're dragging it through the weeds, we hit the gravel, we slow things down, and just keep it in contact with the bottom. Nice. Oh, I'm on too, Wally. Dude, I'm on too.
Okay, I'll help you.
I'm on too, bro.
Well, like you said, you find one,
nice
you find them all.
That's a nice fish right there. That is a nice fish. I cannot believe. That is awesome. Come here, you. That is cool. That is cool.
A toast.
That is cool. Holy Toledo.
Oh,
Dude,
I know.
that is a great way to end this deal. That sun is starting to go down. I have had an absolutely great time fishing with you. I've learned so much about this lake. And the shaky head thing, I love that. Talk about finesse. I don't do a lot of finesse, but I can see why more guys do it.
I mean, I love the jig, I love the frog, but when you have to catch fish in a tournament and you're struggling, that thing, oh, and it gets size. It's not just numbers.
That is awesome. Oh. We're going to end this thing right here. From monsterfishingtackle.com, I tell you, grab some shaky heads, get the variety of different sizes, get you some 6 to 10 pound line or some 10-pound braid. Get you some of those shaky heads, get some 4-inch worms, some 6-inch worms in a variety of different colors, and go to your favorite lake. Grab that shaky head, stay in contact with the bottom, figure out what depth the most aggressive fish are, stay with it, and you will definitely catch them. That was a good time, bro.
That's it. That's awesome.